Crying foul. This after a farmer built a fence around their homes, restricting their movement and also cutting off their access to grazing land. And to make matters worse, learners are now finding it difficult also to access their school.
Farm dwellers living on the margins of society. Milton Ladla has lived here most of his life. Now an Ermelo farmer has added to his misery by putting a fence around his home, restricting his movements and that of his livestock.
We are unemployed. If these animals don't have grazing land, how are we going to live? If you close their grazing land, they're going to die.
Learners have also been affected. Their schooling has been disrupted.
He locks the gate and turns the teachers back and says he wants his money for rent. We just kept quiet and he told us to go home.
The farm owner refused to speak to the SABC. He allegedly bought the land 6 years ago. The agricultural union has pleaded for coexistence.
As there should be an agreement in the sale agreement between the seller and the farmer who buys, the buyer, about the people that are on the farm, what were the agreements of the previous owner with the dwellers on the farm, and that must be identified and it should be explained in the contract.
A commission of inquiry was held into the living conditions of farm dwellers. It found that dwellers don't know their rights.
Yes, we found that there are still a lot of violations. People do get evicted, especially constructive eviction cases where where it's made difficult for them to stay on the farm. Although the law is there to protect them, they normally don't know what their rights are. So we found a lot of those violations. I will say it's still very serious.
Farm dwellers faces many forms of abuse. For those living on the Ermelo farm, bringing down the fence is top of their concern. Mpumalanga, SABC News, Ermelo.
And from